With Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and Allie LaForce on our sideline, I'm Kevin Harlan. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. And it's McDaniels in at the 3, the small forward. Smith with a screen on DiVincenzo. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And as the NBA season rolls on, GA, what's one of the biggest challenges this time of the schedule?
I'd say maintaining your level. It's so hard to be consistent throughout the season, and it's really about the mental side of the game. It's so tough to stay locked in.
Durant against Edwards. Outside, KD. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Edwards finds McDaniel. Now here's DiVincenzo. Here's Edwards. No good. Shot missing. Good work defensively by Smith. Here's Thompson. Randall grabs the board. Now the Timberwolves with it. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
And being slow on your rotations is a killer. There's not a team in the league that won't punish you for that.
And McDaniels drops them both. And good depth for the Timberwolves. It can be challenging sometimes, Stan, choosing who plays and who sits.
Well, Kevin, that's the kind of problem you want as a coach. But they've traded away a lot of draft capital to assemble this roster. Now it's about paying them to keep them together. A smart idea from McDaniels, looking to convert inside.
Here's KD. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, that's how you power that one down, young. Fella.
He went hard to the hoop and did not disappoint when he got there. Here's Thompson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And with his movement skills, Thompson routinely catches defenders out of position.
He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Randall no good. Last outing for Houston, it was a loss to the Trailblazers.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
Yeah, those opposing crowds can put you off balance at the stripe, but you got to block out the noise and make those free throws.
Now, here's McDaniels. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
It's stolen by Smith. Outside Durant. Adams sets the pick for KD. Pass to Adams. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 5. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Ime Udoka. His team is facing off with the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. As far as how they plan to defend him, coach said it'll be a team effort. They plan to rotate who has him defensively, and coach's words were, Ant is so special. You have to guard him with the numbers. Guys, back to you.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you. The Rockets making a switch here. Capella's checked in. Back to Edwards. Timberwolves passing it around. McDaniels. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Clint Capella.
Well, McDaniels is a physical player. He doesn't mind getting roughed up a bit while trying to score.
And McDaniels drops them both.
You really don't even have to watch him at the line. Just listen for the net.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. And we've got a chance now to get caught up on how the standings are looking in the West as we make the push through midseason. Taking a look at Minnesota. They're fourth in the conference and looking to make a move the latter part of the season. Of course, there's the Rockets, a couple spots below.
And I think for the Rockets, it hasn't been the type of fully dominant season that a lot of the experts predicted, but they're still in a position that many other teams would envy at this point.
Yeah, many teams run into challenges, even the elite ones. They just need to recover and get their play back to where it was.
Takes it inside. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. McDaniels got 8.
An aggressive move by McDaniels, a guy who keeps growing his game.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And that one drops.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
McDaniels passes to DiVincenzo. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Durant. Minnesota with the rebound.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
And he drives in. It's taken away by Smith. He's in with it. Picked up by Edwards. Capella kicks to Durant. Takes a 3. That doesn't go either for KD.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
A shot by McDaniels, no good. From downtown, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. It's been all about Jaden McDaniels for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Timberwolves.
Well, yeah, early on, the mid-range jumpers have been an important part of their attack. They're going old school.
On top of that, they're creating turnovers and taking advantage by converting on the offensive end.
They've got Tari Eason. Clint Capella is out there with Jabari Smith. And it's Thompson. And it's Durant in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. In the corner, it's Eason. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Here's DiVincenzo, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by DiVincenzo. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Houston. On Sunday, they'll take on Domantas Sabonis and the Sacramento Kings. Then on Tuesday, the Chicago Bulls come into town, tipping off a homestand for them.
And looking at the Minnesota matchup, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Here's Edwards. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Tate.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. So Stan, just for old time's sake, do you think the league should bring back the hand check? Do you miss it?
Well, look, Kevin, I think what the league's done with allowing freedom of movement has made this game a lot better than it was. I think the key, as it is in most things, is finding the balance where we're giving the defense a chance, not calling cheap fouls, but also not letting them just physically overpower each other.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Here's Shepard, defended by DiVincenzo, and Green slams it in.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Edwards kicks to McDaniels. DiVincenzo passes to Randall. And it's off from three-point range. It's trailed by 4. Here's Okogie. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Okogie's got his first points of the game.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's Edwards.
And that's his second foul. I don't know if they'll sit him. It's a tough decision.
Well, Coach, we know there's a lot of expectations tied to a number 1 pick. Sometimes they fall flat, but that has not been the case so far with Anthony Edwards.
Oh, it sure as heck hasn't, Kevin. But I think it starts with Anthony Edwards welcomed the expectations. He wanted the expectations, and he has pushed himself to play to that level on a nightly basis, and he's done it.
Here's McDaniels. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort today.
Thompson misses. It's stolen by Eason. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the half. And he finishes nicely on the way. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Houston.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
Another thing that stands out is how they've contested shots. They're not making it easy for the opponent, and it shows with those block numbers.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Reed comes in for Randall, and it's Joe Ingles in for McDaniel. Timberwolves trail by 3. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Thompson in the corner. Tips it. Here's Adams. Gobert with the block.
Well, you have to be aware of Gobert. So good at blocking shots. He just controls the paint. And they need his offense right now. But his shot is just not falling.
With a one-hand tomahawk, guys, somebody's going to get their feelings hurt.
They got the entire bench up right there as they saw that and out of their chairs. Now here's Gobert. Still scoreless. It's tipped. It's stolen by Eason. Thompson finds KD. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Durant's got the lead up to 8 now for the Rockets.
Oh, that's too easy for KD. You just can't let him get a look from the corner.
Latrey. Rebound, Minnesota. DiVincenzo's got his 4th rebound in this one. Ingles. And that time, also a missed shot.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Going up strong there. That's the kind of aggressive play you love to see from Smith. Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. Gobert, no good on that free throw. Durant for 3. And so we conclude the first half. Rockets on top, up by 8. And we've got a moment now. Let's go courtside. Thank you, Allie. And folks, don't go away. Halftime is here. And we'll be right back with you after this break.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
In that game against the Spurs, on paper, these teams are pretty even. So what will be the determining factor there, Ernie? I'm not sure, but
And talking about our game now, a very solid first half for the Rockets.
I love their game plan.
That is more than enough of a
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Rockets leading by 8. Time to go courtside and hear what's going on with Julius Randle. What's the situation there, Allie?
Hey guys, Minnesota's head athletic trainer gave me an update. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. Although it takes a while to completely recover from this injury, he's been given the thumbs up from the training staff to play through it. So that's definitely something to keep track of while he's out there.
Allie, thanks as always. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
Not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
That's just awful news. You really feel for the guy, and you know everyone in the NBA family is wishing him a speedy recovery.
So on the floor for Minnesota, the guard pair will be Conley and Edwards. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. And it's Clark in at the small forward position. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Edwards.
You just can't give Edwards a look from deep.
Eason finds KD. Lets it go from deep. Conley grabs the miss.
Well, that one didn't fall, but otherwise they've been excellent shooting the ball to start this half.
Rockets leading by 9. Here's Durant. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance. And now, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen. Triggering a review.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
Let's get a review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
So the Rockets end up going with a whole new group. Houston leading by 13. The key thing, Coach, that Dante DiVincenzo brings to a team is that coveted 3-and-D skill set.
I agree with that, Kevin, but he brings so much more. He can now play off the dribble and make plays for others. And I think the most underrated thing on a lot of players who become great is Dante DiVincenzo is both very smart and very tough.
And while we got a chance, get some numbers for Gobert. First in shooting.
And it looks like, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggered.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
When it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Yeah, good footwork by Capella. Setting the pick and finding his spot.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. This season, new broadcasting deals are kicking in for the NBA. Commissioner Silver said we dramatically increased the number of primetime broadcast exposures to a level almost unthinkable from my early days in the league. In fact, the NBA is now set for basically nightly national broadcasts. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thanks for that update. Heat. No good on the triple. Timberwolves trail by 7. Randall passes to McDaniels. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Randall's got 3 assists now in this one. And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Reed's checked in. Well, a chance to check out some stats for Anthony Edwards.
Substitution on the court.
We've got 1:18 left in the third quarter. Here's Thompson. Minnesota with the rebound.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Edwards, no good.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. look at all.
And Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Smith. And it's 9 points from Amen Thompson. Here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Reed. Out to Edwards. That's a 2 from Randall. And he gets the bucket. Randall's got 6.
And how about the touch there inside? And that's where Randall likes to get the ball, and you can see why.
Durant drives in. Count it. And the Rockets lead by 7.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
And stolen by Thompson. And he banks in the layup. And that's 21 points for KD.
Really like how Durant is playing tonight. Going for his. This guy is just so unreal.
Edwards drills the 3.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
From outside, off the mark. And so it's the Houston Rockets holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And they've created. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Yeah, well, he looked like a pass-first point guard on this assist. Incredible instinct to feel the play develop and set up the score.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. We've got Durant. Smith is out there with Tari Eason. And then there's Steven Adams. And it's Thompson in at the point. It's the 5 for Houston right now.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
And that one drops for him.
Well, it's old hat now when we see Edwards dominating the game scoring-wise. Ants emerged as an elite player.
Durant uses his size and close.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. Back to DiVincenzo. And the foul on Tari Eason. That is his first foul of the game. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He knows every possession is critical now. Clint Capella, he's jacked in for Houston. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Bones Highland is jacked in for Edwards. Now we'll hear from Allie Laporte, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. He really emphasized rim protection. He said to his guys, I want us to cut down on the easy looks inside. No more of that. It's a simple ask that could have a big impact.
Thank you, Allie. And then Durant with the jam.
The speed and the commitment from Durant sets his sights on the bucket and not to be denied.
In the corner, it's DiVincenzo over Smith. Up top, Randall. And good that time. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for Houston. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Eason gets a wide open look. Another shot. And it's Capella missing. Timberwolves trail by 8. Highland. And Capella over to help. Here's McDaniel. Knocks down the 3.
And this is something McDaniels continues to work on. Good to see him cash in off the catch.
And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Randall outside, hit by Reed. Randall is doubled. Highland. Now McDaniel. Just 5 on the clock. And that one drops.
Well, McDaniels has really found a flow offensively. And he's just going to ride it as long as he can.
Some changes for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Miller comes in for Julius Randle. And Anthony Edwards subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. The Rockets leading. And that time also a missed shot. To tie it up. He takes it in. Outside, Gobert. Highland. And Thompson sends it back. Smith. Oh, the dunk.
And this is a statement bucket. If you weren't excited about Smith already, how about now?
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Edwards. Cleared away by Adams. Rockets leading by 4. Durant. Oh, the Suki smooth 3 from KD.
And Durant, so dangerous as a scorer. He can shoot it from deep, also beat you off the dribble there. He just stops you.
Randall's checked in for Gobert. Timberwolves trail by 7. Edwards fires. Missed on the 3.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Now Durant. There's the jumper. Nice one.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
They can't stop the run with that one.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage, even though it was all over.
Thompson, here's Adams. Thompson in the post. Edwards there. And the call against Julius Randle. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Kevin Durant. It's in. His shot is pure.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Rockets.
This is a game where defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for KD.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decision.
20 feet out, now McDaniel. The long shot, no good. The drive by KD.
Anthony Edwards. 3.
Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
Second team foul.
He makes the first of 3, and that'll push the lead to double digits. And he sinks the second. And he can't make it. 3 for 3.
And that should be enough to get the job done, even though he didn't get all of it.
So we see Houston taking the W here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline with our player of the game. Allie, take it away.
Kevin, this was a huge statement win for this team. How satisfying is it for you?
It was fun. We came out and played hard. Guys played together. And this is all I expected, man. I'm glad that, we was able to get the win tonight. We're looking forward to the next.
As always, Allie, we appreciate it. And